everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. Today I have a fun little card that is a mixed media type card. Stamps, markers, punches, old book pages. This is what she looks like. To start out with, I'll be using this Martha Stewart Butterflies punch. This is a trio of butterflies here, and I'm just going to use a lot of little scraps I have laying around and punch out a ton of butterflies. I wasn't sure what all colors I was going to use, but I thought I'd start right here, giving myself a plethora of butterflies. Look at all these. They're so much fun to look at just in the group. Next is this fancy face rubber stamp. It's a Dylusions stamp by Ranger, and I'm going to use an old book page out of a 1940s Reader Digest book and get her stamped right over the text. I tried to plan it so that her face is mainly got the text behind it. I will be cutting her out later, so it doesn't matter if her eyelashes overlap just a little bit. Then I'm taking my markers and drawing in her skin tones. And you can see this old paper takes the markers really well. Now I did back my book page with a little bit of solid cardstock behind, just because these tend to bleed through the paper. And again, this paper is old, so it is a little bit finer than, newer paper. She is so much fun to color. And then with just the partial face like this, there's so many opportunities for being creative on what to do with this face. I have used flowers. In fact, I'm going to do another video pretty soon using some flowers. But today I thought I'd go with the butterflies. And I like to see those just coming right off the face out of the top of the head. That's how I envision that when I see this face stamp. So I'm just adding in some darker shading here around her face and the contours of her head here where her hair hits, and also along her jawline. As you can see, this is very simple coloring today, and you don't even have to color this in if you don't want to. I mean, she looks pretty good just on the book page without any coloring. Just use your imagination. I think that's what this Dylusion stamp is all about, is this open-ended for using your imagination on what you could do with a face like this. Okay. Now I will go in and just kind of blend that all together. And the only real pops of color are going to be in her hair and on her lips. So keep that in mind as far as, looking at some of your punched out images of what colors you want to pick up as you continue with your composition here. Made her hair fairly dark because I want that as a nice contrast to this printed page. There's really not much going on the front of the card besides the pattern paper and her colored face. Give her a nice set of bright red lips. And that completes the little face. The only other thing I'm going to do here is fussy cut her out. So I'm taking a little pair of my cutter bee scissors and going to cut her out very quickly. This is a very easy image to cut out, as you can see. And then I played around with the composition for the front of my card. I thought initially that I would leave a little border around the edge, but I decided that I actually kind of like the old book page to be the basis of the front of my card. So that's what I went with. And then I had these vellum sentiments, and I cut those apart a little bit to see how those would look on the front of my card. And I decided I like that, so I'm going to just do a little more trimming here to get that to fit onto the front of my card. I've got my face placed about where I think I want it to go. So I'm getting these cut out, and the thing I like to do with vellum cutouts is use a spray adhesive. So I have a little cardboard box set off to the side, and I use a Elmer's spray adhesive on the back of the vellum, and then it does not show any type of adhesive when you apply it to your card. You can see there are no glue spots or anything showing through. So that works well for me, using the spray adhesive behind vellum. Okay, I will add my face back to the front of my card, and then I'll get started placing the butterflies, kind of as her hair or coming out of her imagination, however you want to think about this. I'm just putting a little bit of liquid adhesive on the spine of each butterfly so that they will have dimension in the end here. I'm not using any kind of foam tape or anything like that. That's why I only apply adhesive on the spines of the back side of the body of the butterflies. And by placing them so closely together, it naturally keeps the wings open. So just play around here with your composition and your colors. And that is what it looks like at the end. And then I came back with a Sharpie here and went around each one of the blocks of my vellum rectangles to kind of tie that all together with the face. So that's it for this one. It was a lot of fun creating this. I think it's very different and out of the box. And I would love to hear any comments you might have to share with me. Thank you for stopping by today. Feel free to subscribe, give me a thumbs up or like, and leave me some comments, and I'll see you again next week. Happy crafting, everyone.